I apologize for the wind. I'll mute it the best I can. We'll go ahead and see how the mating nuke's doing. We are at exactly 6 days since we put that frame in there. We do have a queen cell, and it is capped. So we've got 6 to 9 days. We'll have a queen coming out of there. But I want you to notice that I put the tape on there, and the reason the tape's on there is to reduce the entrance so that they have a fighting chance against any of the other hives or any other feral bees coming in and trying to rob it of the sugar water that's in the top section there. So that's why you got the black tape on it. It's just simply to reduce the entrance size. So it's been raining here. It's going to rain for the next week. It's been raining, so it's been a little rough on them, but don't need a any kind of protection usually when you're dealing with the 2-frame mating nukes. For the most part, they're pretty docile. So we'll go ahead and get in here and take a look at it. And again, it's been about 6 days. Let me go ahead and take you over there real quickly. So there's the feed, right, sugar water. And this is what they're looking like right now. So they've got that frame, which is where the brood is, completely covered. So that's important. Remember, you got to have enough bees to make sure that they can keep the brood at the right temperature, or fan and cool it down, or whatever they need to do. So that's what we look like. Now I'll pull each of the 2 frames out and bring it over to the camera so y'all can see the frames. I'm going to bring it to you just like this. And I'm going to show you this side first. Now, on this side, this was facing the brood frame, but I flipped it around because they were starting to pull it, and that's important. You know, remember, they're only going to work the side that's closest to the brood chamber, the brood frame. In this case, there's only one brood frame, so they're going to work that side first. So that's this side. Then I flipped it around so that they begin to work over on this side. And as you can see, they're just getting started on that. You can see down here, you can see where they're starting to build it out. And over here on this side as well. And you can see that there are drones on there. Again, remember, we did get a couple drones. They've been going out on flights. There's a drone up there on the top. That's the guys with the big bodies and the big eyeballs. Those are the males. And you can see there's about 3 or 4 or 5 of them on this frame. So we do have drones in there, but again, I'll show you why we have drones. Remember, they will kick out the drones if they're not prospering. They've got to be prospering to push out drones, or they have to be dying, meaning the colony is collapsing, and therefore the females themselves, since there is no queen, after about 3 weeks, she'll begin to produce eggs, and those will be drones. So there's that frame. Again, this is the side that was facing over there, facing that side, and I flipped it around this way so that they'll begin to work on this side. So let me set this down. Okay, so here's what we got. You can see that they're storing up all that sugar water as nectar. And just taking a quick look at this side here. There's still brood in there, as you can tell right here in this area here. Cap brood that hasn't hatched yet. Now a lot of it has hatched, and that's what those new fuzzy bees are all about. If you can see a couple of them there. The fuzzy bees are the baby bees. They're the new babies, the new workers. But as you can see, we've got plenty of nectar, or in this case it's just sugar water. So they are prospering as far as sugar water is concerned. And if you kind of look up in the upper areas here, don't know how well this will turn out on the camera, but you've got bee bread, which is which is the pollen mixed up with enzymes and what have you. So they have enough resources to do whatever they need to do. Now here's the other side. And again, you can see full of sugar water, or nectar as they would use it. And as you can see in some of them spots there, you've got that bee bread. And this is why they're allowing the drones to stay around. It's because they have plenty of resources, and that's the key to raising a queen. So I'll just show you the queen cell real quickly here. If I can get them to move off of it. So right there is the queen cell. Let me see if I can get a better hold of this frame, get it one-handed for you for a minute. Get some of them bees off of it. So you can see the queen cell itself. And it is capped. So now it's just a waiting game for it to hatch, and after she hatches, she's got to go on her mating flight. Now, if you notice, they only made one queen cell on this frame. So if she fails, you know, if she doesn't get born, then they're out of luck. I'll have to get another frame. Or if she takes off for her mating flight and ends up getting eaten by a dragonfly or some kind of bird or some other thing, then they'll be out of luck. And so I'll have to get another frame. Now you can see that there's a bee right there that's carrying pollen. And when they're carrying pollen into the hive, that tells you that they have accepted their home and they're working on getting a queen. And from that queen, they'll well, looky there, we have a second queen cell right there. Actually, two queen cells. Let me see if I can get this where you all can see both of them. There's one up here toward the top, and then there's one kind of just down below it and to the left. Now I don't have no way to hold this frame upside down one-handed. Maybe I do. Let's see if I can get them to move off of there so we can see that queen cell there. You can kind of see it there. And then the other one's right down in here. See if we can get them to move around a little bit. And they're both capped. So we actually have 3 queen cells, so we're in good shape. You know, once one of them hatches, we may take that hatched one and put her in her own frame and start up a second and third hive. Again, all these queens are coming from the hive that has produced 3 supers at this point. So again, here's some of the bee bread. See if we can get in there and get it focused. So we'll just kind of run along there and let you see what's in there. You can see that bee bread. So there you have it, guys. What we'll do is we'll keep an eye on these when it gets closer to the time for them to hatch, and we'll be watching them daily at that point, no matter what it takes to do that. And as the queens come out, we may start new hives. If we do that, then we'll have to go into one of the other hives and get bees. You got to have worker bees. You got to have bees in order for everything to work out. Let's go ahead and get this put back together because they're getting mad. Everything is missing. So one of the things that I'll do is, as they build that frame out, I'll pull that frame out and give them a new frame, and that way we'll have deep frames that are already pulled out with the comb. So that once they get the comb pulled on both sides, we'll pull that frame out before the queen is born, so there's no eggs in it or anything like that, and then go from there, because we want to produce several different frames of pulled out comb. So we can use that in other hives, or use it in swarm traps, or use it in whatever we want to use it, or use it when we move this queen, the first queen, into a 5-frame nuke or something of that nature. So that's about it, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Get in the word, stay in the word, get the word in you. One of the most important things you can possibly do with your life, especially during these times when there's so much lies and deceptions. So I'll just kill out some of these bees, some of these ants. And one of the tricks you can do to get rid of the ants, guys, is to put cinnamon in there. They don't like cinnamon. And it's antibacterial and antifungal as well, so it's beneficial. But anyway, there's your 2-frame hive update, as well as what I did with the supers over there. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Give it a thumbs up, give it a like, share it, get the word out, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.